I'm going to take over Arsenal for the next 10 seasons. The goal is to win as many trophies as possible, along the way develop an incredible team, and of course make Arsenal the best club of the decade. Alright, I'll be honest boys, I'm looking at this Arsenal team. Mikel Arteta has done a fantastic job. I don't think an Arsenal team has looked this good in the last decade, that's for sure. Bukayo Saka is the golden boy. Jesus and Martinelli a bit of Brazilian samba magic. Okay, Havertz is a bit sus, but Odegaard and Rice world class. And then at the back, Saliba, Gabriel. Okay, Raya is sus, but we've got Ramsdale. But now, Mikel Arteta has done an incredible job, and it's my job now to push on from here and get Arsenal all those trophies. Take a look at the Takeover leaderboard though, and you will see a certain Spurs at 70 points. There is no way we're finishing below that with Arsenal. No, absolutely not, especially knowing how bitter the rivalry is between the two North London clubs. I'll say this, the goal with Arsenal is to get more points than Spurs no matter what. And for those who want a quick refresher on how the point system works in the Takeover series, take a look at this. We win the Champions League, we get 5 points. Premier League is 3, Europa League 3, and so on. And Arsenal are in the Champions League for the first season, so, you know, we might be able to win it. For that though, we're going to need to really work hard on this team and make some good signings. Of course, don't forget we've only got 2 signings every season, but we do have about 120 million to work with. That's a very solid and healthy budget. I think we can do bits with it. I'm looking at this team and instantly I know where I need to sign new players. The fullbacks, Zinchenko and Ben White. I mean, okay, Ben White is reasonably good, but nah, these are not fullbacks that can win you the big trophies. Look at Prime Man City and why they were so good. They had João Cancelo on one side, Kyle Walker on the other. We need quality fullbacks. I think that's what we need to invest in this season. Yo, I can't lie. I think I found the perfect signing for the left back position. It's Eduardo Camavinga. You might be thinking he's a CDM, but no, if you watch Real Madrid these days, Camavinga is balling out in that left back position. Convincing him to leave Madrid and joining Arsenal, it's not impossible, but it's gonna cost the monies. So let's do this, boys. We're Arsenal, and this is no longer the Arsenal of the past. It's an Arsenal that are rising, looking to get better. Let's take advantage of this and sign Camavinga from Real Madrid. I'm gonna straight up start with 55 million as my first offer, and let's see what Real Madrid say. Yo, they want timber. They want to take one good young player from us? No. Absolutely not. I guess we're gonna have to increase the fee to... Actually, nah. Let's keep it to 55 million and try and get it done, because I think it might work. And look at that. Let's go. Camavinga looks to be a done deal. And so the first transfer we're making at Arsenal is Eduardo Camavinga. This is a massive statement to every other Premier League club. With Camavinga in the team, I think I'm pretty happy with this side. We could do with a better right back, I'm thinking, but you know what? I don't want to give Ben White a chance, you know, because I really rate Ben White as a centre back, and as a right back he's shown promise, but maybe if we put a development plan on him, he could actually grow and really deliver. So let's give him a chance. But also don't forget, we're going to be selecting 3 wonder kids or young players from this team to try and develop over these next 10 seasons. And for me, one of those wonder kids is Marquinhos, the Brazilian. 20-year-old, we haven't heard much from him, but when he joined Arsenal first time, there was a lot of hype, like the next Vinicius and all. Let's see if we can regain that potential with him. He's right now on loan at Nantes, and we'll keep it that way, but when he's back, I think he'll play an important role. The next one is Charlie Patino, and I see a lot of talent from this kid. He's got super high potential. He's currently out on loan at Swansea, and we'll keep it that way, but when he's back from all of that, I really think we could develop him into something special, so he's going to be one of those players. Okay, now this final player is not really a youngster. Yup, it's Kai Havertz. He's 24, but everybody seems to have written him off at Arsenal, seeing how bad he was at Chelsea for the most part, but I kind of want to revive it, because I know how good King Kai Havertz can be. If you've seen him play at Leverkusen, absolute baller, and we want to bring out that form from him. Hopefully we can develop all 3 of those players really well while winning some amazing trophies, but looks like for season 1, this is how our team's gonna look. Odegaard playing in a deeper midfield role. We've got Havertz at cam, Jesus, Saka, and Martinelli up top. I'll be real, this is a really strong Arsenal team, but are we gonna be good enough to compete with Man City for all trophies? Well, we are getting our first chance at competing against this Man City team. It's the Community Shield final. It's only worth a point, but I think it'll be very interesting to see if we can beat them, because that could give us some really good momentum. So let's see if we can win our first trophy, and yes, we can. First points on the board. It's only a point, but we'll take it. We actually beat Man City. Can we win the Premier League now? We're making it through the season to find that out. Wait, what? This first season has been a shocker. Spurs have won the league over us. No! no. That's literally the worst possible outcome. We finished 5th. That means no Champions League next season. Bro, I cannot believe we've had this bad of a start. No way. Spurs are winning the domestic cups. Literally, apart from the Community Shield, I don't think we've won anything else. Champions League, we at least stopped our group. But no, Atletico knocked us out. This first season has been a joke. I'm looking at the stats and Martinelli and Saka absolutely delivered. But Gabriel Jesus, that's a really bad season. Honestly, I think we need a new striker, a new focal point for this Arsenal team. Because everywhere else, players really delivered. Like even Kai Havertz had a fairly strong season. Having just 1 point after one season, nah, it's horrendous. We won't be able to catch up to Spurs like this. Next season, we've got to bring about some change. We're starting off season 3 with an update on our wonderkids. Charlie Patino is up to a 72 overall, but I don't think I want to keep him as a part of the first team just yet. I'm working on another loan deal for him. The same for Marquinhos. I feel like his development will only be hindered by being at the club right now. Elsewhere, he can probably grow more. But Kai Havertz, man, he's making a decent comeback. I'm really happy with him so far. He's 84 rated, but let's hope he can take his game to the next level this season. For that, of course, we need to make signings, and by the looks of it, where's Ben White? Bro, Ben White just left us. I trusted him, and he's gone. Where did Ben White go? Was his release clause paid? I can't believe this. Who is this? No, I don't want Ben White, man. Where's Ben White? Bro, I cannot believe it. He betrayed us and joined Man City of all clubs. That is crazy. That is actually mental after trusting him. Good thing is, our budget is absolutely crazy for season 2. I think after seeing Spurs win the league, the Arsenal board have woken up. We need to sign a solid right back this season and also a world-class striker. But first, I'm working on loaning out our youngsters. So Patino is off to Atalanta, and we've also loaned out Marquinhos. He's off to Fulham. I think that's the perfect club for him to grow at. But the serious business begins for us now. We need to get this Arsenal team back to winning the Premier League. I'm a big fan of Giovanni Di Lorenzo. I know he's 30, super old. Actually, not 30 is not that old. He'll give us probably 3 good seasons. And right now, that's kind of what I want. I want to start winning the big trophies immediately. Otherwise, we won't be able to catch up to Spurs. And so I think we are going to spend about 45 million. Let's try 45 million for Di Lorenzo and try and bring him from Napoli. That's not going to work. Okay, let's do 50 million. Let's not play around. 50 million Di Lorenzo. Boom. That's done. And with that, we've got Di Lorenzo moving from Naples all the way to London to join Arsenal. We've solved the right back problem by bringing in Di Lorenzo. Now we need a new striker. This last season, Gabriel Jesus only scored 14 goals, man, and that's unacceptable. It literally led to Spurs winning the league. And oh, look at that. We've got an offer for Jesus from Real Madrid. It's a swap deal. They want to give us Arda Güler. Nah, I'm not too keen because where will I play Arda Güler when I've got Odegaard and Kai Havertz? So we'll try and get all cash for Gabriel Jesus. And there you go. It's actually worked. It's sad to see this, but Gabriel Jesus, I've made a decision to sell him. I'm hoping it works out. I mean, it literally depends if we can get a better striker. But hey, selling him for 78 million, I think is a dub. If I'm not wrong, I do remember there were rumors about Dusan Vlahovic joining Arsenal, but he ended up choosing Juventus instead, and now looking at it, probably made the wrong decision. But I guess it's time to correct those wrongs because I want to bring him to Arsenal. We've got the money, guys, from the Gabriel Jesus deal, so I'm just chucking in 100 million. I want him to lead our strike force, and it's done. With that, we've got the Serbian superstar joining Arsenal to lead our attack. Okay, now this team makes a lot of sense to me. We've got that number 9 in Vlahovic. Havertz can play in behind. Odegaard and Rice can run the show in midfield. The only doubt I have is Ramsdale, because even Mikel Arteta doesn't rate him that highly. But for me, he's been good. 85 rated. This season, we absolutely need to close the gap down to Spurs. Oh no, I completely forgot. We're not even in the Champions League this season. We're gonna be in the Europa League. Okay, guys, at least we managed to reach the Europa League final. It would have been really embarrassing if we hadn't. But yeah, the Europa League is only worth 3 points, but right now we've got only 1, and we'll take everything we can get. And yes, indeed, Europa League in the bag. 4 points now for Arsenal. Okay, we also won the FA Cup. That's another couple more points. We're on 6 now. We're coming for you, Spurs. How did Queen's Park Rangers win the Carabao Cup? But fair enough. No way. We actually did win the Premier League. Let's go, boys. Come on. That puts us on 9 points after season 2. A really good comeback after the dreadful first season we had. And look at that. Spurs finishing 6th. Their fluke season of winning the league is gone. I knew it, boys. Vlahovic would have a good season. 25 goals. First time out in the Premier League. Decent. But it's still Saka and Martinelli who've been unbelievable. And look at Kai Havertz come through with a ton of goals in midfield. Everything is definitely definitely coming together at Arsenal right now, but we're still far away from Spurs' 70 points total. We're gonna have to keep working towards it. For season 3, I'm actually really happy with the team we've got. I literally don't feel we need to change anything. Even Ramsdale in goal, he's got up to an 87. Our centre-backs are looking amazing. Di Lorenzo still has a few more seasons in him. When things are going well for you, when we've just won the Premier League, let's just keep the team the same and see if we can win the Premier League again. Also, we're back in the Champions League this season. But at the end of the season, and this is not good, we don't win the Community Shield, but we do win the UEFA Super Cup, beating the Champions League winners. That puts us on 10 points. No FA Cup or even Carabao Cup. This season's been a bit of an L. And Man City end up finishing above us in the Premier League too. Our only hope now is the Champions League, where we have topped the group. But how did we draw Bayern Munich in the round of 16 and we're out of that competition as well? I think it was a mistake not improving the team. Next season, we've got to do it, because we're on 10 points right now and Spurs are on 70. We're still so far off. The likes of Martinelli, Saka continue to perform, but look at Vlahovic. Why is he slowed down to just 16 goals? A lot of things to address next season. We're starting off season 4 with an update on Charlie Patino, as well as Marquinhos, the wonderkids of this club. I think they're ready, boys. I think they're ready to be put in the first team. Marquinhos is 77 rated. Patino is 78 as well. Let's slowly integrate them into the Arsenal setup by having them on the bench. But more importantly, we had a stinker of a season. We've got just 10 points after 3 seasons. Our budget's been reduced a bit, but this season, we need to get back to winning the big trophies. Otherwise, it'll be a disaster. And I'm thinking the only logical improvement in this team, a new centre-back. Because Gabriel, he's getting a bit old. He's still 28. But if we can bring in a world-class centre-back, that would be a big upgrade. Actually, do we need to sign a new centre-back? We've got Judy and Timber, who are really rated highly. Maybe it's time to just trust Timber. Makes sense, but I think we need to still get rid of Gabriel. Maybe bring in a younger centre-back to be backup. I'm a big fan of Piero Hincapie, who's currently playing at Dortmund. He'd be a great option on the bench, you know. And I don't mind doing a straight swap deal for Gabriel. I think, yeah, we're losing out a bit of money on valuation here, but I think it's fine. I don't want Gabriel anymore at the club. Let's replace him with Hincapie. And there you go. We've got Hincapie joining the club. Initially, I had planned on signing a world-class centre-back, but then I saw Timber at the club. It just makes logical sense to let Timber be that guy for us and see if he can grow and win us the big titles. One more thing I need to adjust is something with Vlahovic, because I don't know why he's not scoring enough. So let's put him on stay forward, get in behind. Hopefully that'll make him get some more goals. We're making it through the season. This time we need to win the big trophies if we want to close the gap down to Spurs. I can't believe this, guys. End of the season. We came so close to winning the Premier League. The changes we made, I guess, definitely worked, but how on earth did Man City win the league? I think it's because they scored more goals than us. That is brutal. We do win the Carabao Cup. That's going to put us on to 12 points. But unless we've done a madness in the Champions League, it's going to be another really tough season. We have topped our group. This time, we get through the round of 16. Through in the quarterfinals as well. I'm getting my hopes up. Let's go, guys. We've knocked out Atletico in the semi-finals. And this is it. Champions League final against Madrid. And by the way, Arsenal in their history have never won the Champions League. And it's time for this team that we've created to write their name in the history books. This could be huge for us. Can we win the Champions League in our 4th season? Yes, we can. Bukayo Saka in extra time does a madness. That puts us up to 17 points after 4 seasons. Let's go. It's giving us a bit of a fighting chance. I told you, boys, Vlahovic is back to scoring more goals. The slight changes we made, they're working well. And look at Kai Havertz. We've really transformed him to the next level. But we're still far off from Spurs. We got to keep pushing in the next few seasons. It's taken us 4 seasons, but now we've finally got the momentum with Arsenal. Season 5, we've got to push on, win more trophies, get more points, because Spurs, they're at a really big total. I think the plan for this season is just keep the squad as is. Saliba, Timber doing the job. Look at Ramsdale, we've got him to a 90 overall. Our attack's looking amazing. And also look at this, the wonder kids we're building up, Marquinhos and Patino, they're slowly getting better and better. But the one change we need to make, it's, well, time to say goodbye to Di Lorenzo. We need an upgrade on him. Now, the player I've got in mind is Rico Lewis, a former Manchester City player, maybe getting a bit of revenge for when they stole Ben White from us. He's only 82 rated, but he's the kind of player who can really go beyond that 90 overall if we give him a few seasons. I quite like the idea of this. And I'm going to try a swap deal, because kind of makes a lot of sense, you know. We'll chuck in Di Lorenzo plus like 20 million, and I think that should be a deal, and there you go. And with that, we've got former Manchester City player joining Arsenal. Welcome, Rico Lewis. Lewis. We've made the changes we needed. It's now time to win the trophies this season. End of the season, and yes, we're back to winning the Premier League with Arsenal. That puts us at 20 points. That's not enough, boys. We need more trophies, and no, we've lost an FA Cup final. No Carabao Cup either. I kid you not, we need to go back-to-back in the Champions League now, and we have topped our group. Knocked out Bayern Munich, that's a big achievement. Through in the quarters as well as the semis, and here we go, up against Porto in the final. We've got to win this. I mean, we've built an incredible team. Almost every player in our midfield and attack above 90 overall. Same thing's gonna soon happen in the defense. Look at the stats, boys. The team is insane, and our squad is so freaking young. We've got everything we need to collect as many points as possible. Let's do that again, and there you go. Second Champions League with Arsenal. And that, if I'm not wrong, puts us at 25 points. So this season has been good. Halfway through this takeover, we're at 25 points. And if my math is correct, we still need about 45 points in our last 5 seasons. The difference is now we've got a squad. The base of this team is outstanding. We just need a bit of luck. We continue our journey through season 6, and we need to score as many points as possible. That's more like it. We're coming for you, Spurs. We're now up to 28 points. Make that 29. 31 for winning the FA Cup as well. So far, this has been the perfect season, but we lost the Carabao Cup. Everything counts. All right, at least we make it 32 for winning the UEFA Super Cup. But no, knocked out in the Champions League quarterfinals. That's a tough one. Still, I'd say overall a good season. You just look at our team and the ratings right now. It's crazy. Look at Kai Havertz. We've made him such a good footballer. 16 goals, 23 assists from midfield is nuts. And the crazy thing is, Odegaard is outperforming him. But look at Bukayo Saka, the golden boy, produces a season like that. We've built an unbelievable team. The best thing is even the youngsters like Marquinhos up to an 85 overall, and Charlie Patino is up to an 86. We've just got to keep this momentum going, but next season, I want the Champions League. By the way, guys, we're getting closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and with your help, I can actually achieve my dreams. So if you guys can help me out by subscribing, that would be amazing. We're making our way now through season 7, and we've done it again. This team that we've built is in the rhythm. Another Premier League title puts us up to 35 points. Make that 36 because we won the Community Shield. But we didn't win any of the domestic cups, and all of this can be very costly. Honestly, I feel like everything comes down to the Champions League now. If we want to compete with Spurs on the leaderboard, we need to win it. We've done the first thing right by getting out of the group stages, knocking out Porto and Chelsea. Oh my days, PSG on penalties. That was close. And here we are facing Man United in the final. Guys, no two ways about it. We need to win this game. Every player in our team, barring Rico Lewis, above 90 overall. Look at the stats, boys. Our team is dominated. But it will only count if we can win the Champions League. Come on, let's win this game. And there you go. It's so nice to see Kai Havertz score the winning goal. And also, look at that. Marquinhos and Patino, the 2 wonderkids we selected to grow in this save, they came on in this final and helped the team. And that puts us on 41 points. We're closing in on Barcelona and even Liverpool. But Spurs' points total of 70 is so far. We're gonna have to really push hard in the final few seasons to try and make it happen. Kicking things off with season 8, 29 points behind Spurs though. But you know what? I still think we can do it. The question is, do we want to make any improvements to this team? Because right now, the team is looking cracked. The bench is looking unbelievable too. As of now, our squad is still very young. Like, look at this. The oldest player in the first team is Ramsdale, and he still probably has a couple of years in him. And this team has won the Champions League, the Premier League. I'm going to trust them, and let's keep winning as many trophies as possible. And so we're getting through season 8. Come on, guys. The push is on, and oh, I just noticed we've just done the invincible. We've replicated what the Arsenal Invincibles did. 96 points, but unbeaten. That could count like for a bonus point, but it doesn't. And our total is up to 44. This season, we're off to a good start. Ooh, it gets even better. Another trophy, and we're up to 45. No, we lost the UEFA Super Cup. Every time we lose a trophy, it's gonna affect us. But we do get the Carabao Cup. We'll take the 2 points up to 47 now. And we have made another Champions League final. We need to win this. Once again, this team just continues to deliver. Now, every player is above the overall of 90. And I'll tell you this, Bukayo Saka has literally been the best player of this takeover. I'm sure he's got the most goals. Now even Vlahovic is contributing like crazy. But it will all count for nothing if we don't win the Champions League. So please, let's do this. And no! For the first time, we've actually lost the Champions League final. I cannot believe this. this. And that means after 8 seasons, our total is 47. I'm sure we'll overtake Barcelona, probably Liverpool as well. But Spurs are so far off in 2 seasons, we're gonna need a monumental effort. It's time for season 9, and I'm wondering, is there anything I can do to improve this team? I just don't think so. We've honestly peaked, and it's all about now winning trophies. Marquinhos and Patino, we've got them to an 87, but realistically, they're not getting into this team right now. We're making it now to the end of the season. All right, guys, we're at the end of the season, and I've done some quick math. If we want to overtake Spurs on the Takeover leaderboard, we literally need to be perfect. That means winning as many trophies as possible. Sounds obvious, but it's super tough. You guys saw how we lost the Champions League final last season. Hopefully, this season will be better. And yup, we do end up winning the Premier League. That puts us on 50 points. 51 now for winning the Community Shield. But the domestic cups is where we've been lacking. Let's see if we've won it. No. Okay, that's better. We get the FA Cup. That puts us on 53. And here we are, another Champions League final. This time, we need to win it. I think if we win the Champions League, it's going to give us a fighting chance in the final season to equal Spurs' points. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Havertz scoring. Come on. And yes, guys, that means we're now on 58 points, level with Liverpool. But that means in the final season, we're going to need 13 points to break Spurs' record, 12 to equal them. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but let's see. It's time for season 10, and look at the leaderboards, man. We're so close of having Arsenal overtake Spurs, but we need another perfect season. That means Champions League and Premier League minimum, a couple more trophies along with that, and I think we're going to have Arsenal break Spurs' record. I'm seeing if we want to make any last few signings, but I think this Arsenal team is now complete. And honestly, I also want to give Mikel Arteta a bit of credit here, because we've literally used 8 players from Arsenal who were there at the very beginning, and now after 10 seasons, they're in this side at their full potential. So yeah, Mikel Arteta has helped us out massively. Final season, let's get those big points. End of season 10, 101 points as Arsenal win the Premier League. That puts us on 61 points. We just need 10 to break the record. Community Shield in the bag, and that puts us on 62 points. Getting closer and closer. No way, 60 focus. We've won the FA Cup. Carabao Cup as well. No! Ah, that's a rough one. What about the UEFA Super Cup? Up to 65 points. And so I think it just comes down to the Champions League final. I cannot believe how this has turned out, because right now we're on 65. Winning the Champions League gives us 5. So if Arsenal beats Spurs here, we'll go level with Spurs on the leaderboard. That's the best scenario for Arsenal. And literally Spurs have got to try and defend their record right now. This is crazy. A crazy turnaround in this Takeover series. Arsenal have everything to play for in this final game. Are they going to get the points? And yes, they do. King Kai Havertz with the winner. It had to be him. Arsenal didn't manage to overtake Spurs, but they have leveled things with their North London rivals, both teams on 70 points. This Arsenal takeover was a madness. Nah, that is actually mad, boys. This team we've built is absolutely ridiculous. Look at the stats in our players, man. This is crazy. And look, this season, even youngsters like Charlie Patino got into the action, playing 35 games. He's now 88 rated. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Marquinhos all that game time because we've got Saka, but still, we grew really well. But while you wait for the next takeover, why don't you check out how we did with Liverpool? Click here to watch that.